These are the stats from the game. And this is where my problem with Kevin Stefanski comes into play. 7 of the first 10 plays on offense were pass plays. So you got a 5th round rookie making his first ever start at the last minute, supposedly, we'll get to that, at the last minute against the Baltimore Ravens defense, and you're going to come out and in your first 10 plays, you're going to go 70% pass heavy. Okay. That 7th pass was the first one intercepted, and it was returned to the Browns' 10-yard line that set up the Ravens' initial score 7-0. So, along with 70% of the first 10 plays being passes, here's the stat that really worries me about Kevin Stefanski. 59% of the plays in the game were passes. So they were what, 59-41 pass play or pass run ratio. Yes, I get it. We were playing from behind for the majority of the game, but here's the stat. 57.6% of the plays called were passes when the Browns were within 1 score. So in the time frame that the Browns were still in the game, they were still within 1 score of the Ravens. We were still in the game. That was when the score was 7-0 and 7-3 in that time period of the game in the first half. 57.6% of the plays called were passes. 15 out of 26 plays total in that time frame. Why? And to put this into more perspective, the pass run ratio within 1 score for the season with Deshaun Watson at quarterback, with a 3-time Pro Bowl, $230 million quarterback, was 6 points lower. Okay, so now listen to this. When Deshaun Watson's playing quarterback for the Browns this season, and the Browns are within 1 score, whether winning by 1 or losing by a score, the pass run ratio is 51.8%, almost half. But yet with Dorian Thompson-Robinson in his first ever start, this rookie quarterback who you have no idea what he's going to be able to do in an NFL game against a tough Ravens defense, was almost 6 points higher at 57.6%. That's ridiculous. That means that Kevin Stefanski was even more pass happy with DTR than he has been with Deshaun Watson within 1 score. It makes absolutely no sense. So this has been the argument between me and Blake all week. Like I said before, we will continue this on our episode later this week. We'll get John and Justin's input on this as well. I don't know if any of those guys have seen these stats, but I will make sure I bring them up just so that they have a chance to, to wrap their head around them. But it just blows my mind that you got a 5th round rookie making his first ever start in the NFL against this, Baltimore Ravens defense that honestly is angry because they just came off a loss to the Colts and Gardner Minshew. And you run 7 plays in your first 10. That's kind of just, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, I feel like that's really stupid. And I know that over the course of the game, the running backs only averaged 3.7 yards a carry. And, some of the arguments in support of Kevin and everything was like, well, what's he supposed to do? The run game wasn't really going. DTR, well, I guess, and then part of the argument is that DTR was the one who got the Browns, in a deficit early and we had to abandon the run. That's not really the case. That's not really the truth. The Browns certainly could have run the ball early and often, but Kevin chose to run 7 pass plays out of the first 10. And that 7th pass, like I said, was the one that led to the interception and the early 7-0 deficit. So after that interception and the quick score to put the Ravens up 7-0, how did Kevin respond on offense? Came out and ran Kareem Hunt for 6 yards, ran Kareem Hunt for 4 yards, ran Kareem Hunt for 2 yards. Okay, cool. We come out. It's like, let's calm things down. Let's run. Smart. DTR, short pass to Elijah Moore for 7 yards. Okay, cool. That's what we need. Scheme up some quick short passes for this kid. I mean, what are we doing trying to go downfield with a 5th round rookie in his first ever start? So this is what I like to see, right? Get some rhythm, move the ball down the field kind of methodically, just, eat at the clock. Let's just get some plays. Let's just tick away. Let's gain some time of possession. Let's let DTR calm down and we'll be okay. We made an early mistake. It's almost seemed like Kevin saw the error of his ways and was making up for it. So after what did I say? After run, short pass, the Browns are at 3rd and 1, and what's Kevin do? Third string tight end under center, pitch to Dorian Thompson-Robinson to throw for a 40-yard pass downfield that's almost intercepted. What? I don't know about you guys, and again, I'm going to keep saying this. Put it in the comments. I want to know what you guys thought, especially like on this play. When I saw Harrison Bryant under center, pitch it back to DTR for a deep throw down the field on 3rd and 1. After we were just chunking plays, getting yards on the ground, short pass. What are we doing? Are you kidding me? Just we're on our own 44-yard line right there. So let me kind of back it up a sec. So he throws the ball downfield. It's almost intercepted. Luckily, Amari Cooper is the intended target. He's able to draw the pass interference call. Thank God, because otherwise, as long as the pass is not intercepted, we are now at 4th and 1 on our own 44-yard line. Probably have to punt, give the ball back to the Ravens. It's just one of those things where you've got this rookie quarterback in there, and if you're actually trying to win the game or at least make it competitive, it's 3rd and 1 on your own 44. Just go pick up the first down. You've got Kareem Hunt. You've got Jerome Ford. Do the tush push. Just come on. There are easier ways to pick up a 3rd and 1 than to try to trick the defense with Harrison Bryant under center and have this rookie quarterback run a trick pass play down the field. To me, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. But again, I'm open to everybody's interpretation and perspective of the game plan and Kevin Stefanski's play calling. So let us know what you guys think. So after this pass interference play, okay, great. We got bailed out. That moved the ball to the Baltimore 19-yard line. Sweet. Now things are looking a little bit different for the Browns. Okay, that was a questionable play. Wasn't a fan of it. It worked out. We got the pass interference. We're down inside the Baltimore 20. Maybe we can make this a game tie it 7-7. See what happens. First play, Elijah Moore jet sweep for 20 yards. Backwards. That's right. Elijah Moore decided that he was going to try to make a play, and he was bottled up immediately behind the line. And instead of just going down or just, living to play another down, he went backwards and backwards and backwards some more. And I was just screaming at the TV, like, dude, go down. Just go down. For God's sake, go down. But he did not. So now we're at 2nd and 30. We run a couple plays. Nothing happens. I mean, come on. That was a momentum killer right there. So we end up having to kick a 53-yard field goal where we started at the 19. Unbelievable. But it's a 53-yard attempt. Dustin Hopkins comes out, punches it through. Awesome. I love being able to rely on a field goal kicker right now. That is one of the positive things that we got going on. We can take that with us through the bye. So he puts up 3, and they end up being our only points of the game. So just kind of looking at the way the Browns opened the game, the very first offensive play, Jerome Ford rips off a 26-yard run. Nice run. Unfortunately, it gets called back on an Amari Cooper holding penalty. So that sucked. But still, it was good to see that right out of the gate, we punch him in the mouth, rip off a huge run. And so okay, we get called for holding. We restart 10 yards further back, but it's still 1st and 10. So how does Kevin call those initial plays of the game after we rip off a 26-yard run? It's 1st and 10. We go 7-yard pass, -2-yard run, pass, punt. Baltimore gets the ball. I can't remember if it was a 3-and-out or what it was, but anyway, we stop them on defense. They punt it back. We go 7-yard run, pass, which is intercepted and taken back to the 10, and the game kind of spirals out of control from there. So my issues with Kevin Stefanski right now, my issues with the play calling really stem from that, 7 out of 10 pass plays to open the game. You've got this rookie quarterback. I don't want to be a dead horse. I've said what I've said. Let me continue on. It was a lot of these comments after the game with Kevin Stefanski that just had me going like, what? It didn't really make a whole lot of sense. So based on the articles from Cleveland.com, and Kevin's press conference, Kevin Stefanski said that the team took it day by day with Deshaun Watson throughout the week. Deshaun Watson did not throw at practice all week. DTR had taken all the starter reps in practice. And Kevin himself did not come into the stadium on Sunday with a definitive conclusion on who was going to be his starting quarterback. And yet, he also said the team was surprised by Watson's last-minute inactive before the game. And he also said he did not scrap the Watson-centric game plan with DTR as the starter. And that clearly showed. So this is what blows my mind about that is if you were taking it day by day all week, you knew Watson wasn't out there throwing at practice, and you knew DTR was taking the starter reps at every practice, and you didn't come to the game knowing for sure which guy was going to start, why didn't you have a backup game plan? Why didn't you have a simplified version of your Deshaun Watson scripted game plan for the Ravens that you're like, okay, I know that DTR has Deshaun Watson abilities on a much lower level. So therefore, let's take the Deshaun Watson playbook or game plan and let's move it down to this level where DTR can probably execute it at a better rate, or has a better opportunity to execute it effectively. But no, he admitted that he did not scrap the Deshaun Watson game plan. So his quote, when you have a backup quarterback, you're ready to own the game plan. I thought DTR prepared well. He got a ton of reps, but that's what backup quarterbacks do. You own the game plan, and then we adjust as need be. Except for me, DTR is not a typical backup. He is a young rookie drafted in the 5th round. He was not a top NFL talent or anything like that. This was he's had no NFL experience to this point. He got a couple handoffs at the end of the Titans game. Whoop-de-doo. This is his first start coming in against a nasty, hungry Baltimore Ravens defense in a divisional rivalry. And Kevin decided to just run the offense business as usual. To me, that makes no sense. I felt like the lack of his unwillingness to adjust the game plan for his rookie quarterback put DTR in a situation to fail from the beginning. His heavy pass script from the jump continued to put DTR in a position to fail. Now, I'm trying to give as much credit to Blake as I can because I don't want to argue with him off screen because that's not fair. He can't get a word in. I'm trying to use his arguments to support his claims here. And he has been saying, well, what was Kevin supposed to do? Blake had chalked this game up to a loss as soon as he heard that DTR was going to be the starter, in which case, yeah, that's fair. I can understand the mindset of we don't have Deshaun. We really don't have much of a shot. But you came into this game as the Browns with the number 1 defense in the entire league. Okay? DTR, you said as the Browns that this guy is capable of being the number 2. Traded away Josh Dobbs, made DTR the 2. Okay. I get all of that stuff. So by making DTR the 2, though, you did feel that in the right game script with this defense, you could still go out there and game manage your way to a win. And that's not what Kevin did. He did not put DTR in a position to game manage the Browns to a win. He wanted him to go out there and be Deshaun Watson, make these downfield throws, do all these things in Kevin's offense that Deshaun Watson would normally do. These are not the same quarterbacks. DTR and Deshaun Watson are not the same quarterback. You can't just say that we have a backup quarterback. That's what we expect them to do, is go in there and execute the game plan. If that was the case, if he can go in and execute the game plan, the exact game plan, exactly the same as Deshaun Watson, then you don't need Deshaun Watson. That's where I get so upset with Kevin is his unwillingness to adjust the game plan and acknowledge that DTR is not Deshaun. So let's dumb this down. Let's simplify this offense. Let's go run heavy. We've got 3 running backs that we can rotate in here and really just keep pounding the rock over and over. Why aren't we doing short passes? Why aren't we, just get the ball out quick, design these. It just felt like when I was watching the game, it just felt like Kevin Stefanski had no clue that Deshaun Watson wasn't playing. And to me, that's exactly how it looked.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dawgs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at the Dawgs Podcast. Get your thoughts on the show at thedawgspodcast.com.